Hey guys, what's up? It's JDawgs here, and we are back for another episode of Feed the Beast Monster here on the Spiritcraft FTB server. And as you can see at my little tree farm here, I've made some changes. I've made a lot of changes around the base, actually. I've done a lot of stuff off camera, only because it's things that I had to, one, figure out, and two, that would take a while. You can see most of the energy here has been drained. We're going to actually turn the charcoal back on because I had it off for a little while so I could burn up some of these saplings. Actually, let's take some of these out of here and put them into the little steam dynamos first so that they get used up. Because that's one of the good things, is that I can just take these and run them through, and they give me that little extra bit of power. Not a ton, but a little bit. Alright, let's let it run through there real quick. Almost done. So today's going to kind of be a little bit of an update video as to what I've been working on. Not too much that we're actually going to be doing in today's video, mainly because, like I said, there's a lot of it I've done off camera. So first thing is I've made a bunch more of these tesseracts. I've shortened these energy cells because some of them have been moved, and I updated some of the redstone energy conduit from the hardened energy conduit so that it can push through more power as it goes. So you can see I put some there and some along through here. So that's one of the changes, small change that I've done. And then more of the changes are over this direction. So first you can see upstairs here. First I added this little thing because I was trying to do up the ores, and I wanted it, for some reason it can only come through as an ingot. You can see here I've been getting these titanium ingots. Is it all done? Yes it is. Okay, good. So I've been getting these titanium ingots, and I wanted something that would, that's like the only way you can do these, besides doing like a crucible furnace, which I'm not very familiar with. But you can't make them into blocks from what I can see here, so that was part of the problem that I was having. You can make them into like molten titanium and stuff, but like I said, I don't know much about the crucible furnace, so I really didn't want to mess with that. So right now I've been just storing these away. This here can be left on permanently now because of the way I've set up the power. So last time you guys saw, I was setting up the capacitor bank and doing some fancy stuff back here. You can see it's recharging, and we will talk about that here in a minute. But back here, I've added in these peat fire engines that are hooked directly into it, that are giving just a little bit of a boost of extra energy from all that peat that I've been gathering up. And I've got some pipes here that bring the ash out. That way when I get enough ash, I will be able to, it's like 2 stacks, and then I can make it into this bituminous peat, which actually burns longer and gives more energy. So let's talk about this setup I've got going on here. We have this down here, which you guys saw last time. I moved the MFSU over here so that we have extra energy for all this stuff, for our machines and for the ME. So there's going to always be plenty of power over here. We don't really need this resident energy cell here. I could actually move this, but it's just yet another backup besides having the MFSU there. So this is, we could actually just run the conduits directly into the EU adapter if we wanted to. I've changed up some of the names on stuff. So I've got the main power, so that's what we tap into, and then the power in, because I have the power from the tree farm going directly into this at the top. So if we go up here, you can see that everything's getting tapped in, like you guys saw last time, and then this is where the power comes in from the tree farm. So all power will eventually come in through this tesseract. And I don't have to do a whole bunch here because fortunately the water power we have is right there, and then I move the solar panels over this way a little bit, and the reason is, you can see here, we weren't getting like the greatest amount of sunlight, and we still aren't because of this mountain. But the only other way that I could get a better source is either to put it way up there, which I don't even know if it would load the chunks if I put it that far up, or to put it like over there or something, and then have another tesseract that would bring it over. But then we would need yet another, hold on, let's get up here. Yet another one of these ME converter things, the EU adapters, because we wouldn't be able to send the power through the Tesseract without converting it first, and then we could just send it through the Tesseract. So we may do that eventually if we aren't getting that greatest of power coming through. So that's one of the things I've done. Like I said, the little things here going on, that's how I've set that up. Over here with these machines, I haven't really done too much with them. Last time we did the modular socket to make all that other stuff that we had to do. I've been getting tons and tons of power coming through, so this is still pretty much set up the same. The bees I changed up a little bit, and so I want to show you guys that. Let's go up here. Alright, so with the bees, as you can tell, the MFSU is no longer here. I've added in an EU adapter, and I added in a Tesseract that I can manually turn on and off. So now we can just come over here, flick that, turn that on, and boom, we've got the bees going. Okay? We should be anyways. Are we? No? Yes? Are we not getting power through? Why are we not getting power through? Did I not hit it right? Boop. Boop. Why are we not getting power? That's weird. Do I need to break that? I've noticed a couple different times where you have to break certain things to get it to go back using it again. No, that's weird. I don't know what's going on there. Wrench. Close those off on the sides. So I know it works. I don't know what's holding it up for some reason from getting power. Oh, I know, because I think I turned the main power off. So I have a switch over here, well, a Tesseract basically, where I can turn the power off to the entire base so that it has time to charge. And I think that's what I did. Let me check it real quick. Boop. No, it's supposed to be getting power. I wonder what's going on here. Are other places getting power? Let's check over here, see if this guy's getting power. That's set to main power. Okay. Is it... Something's going on here. It's kind of awkward. I don't know why the bees aren't getting power. Okay, so while we're down here, I'm going to talk about this a little bit and kind of explain why all of our power has been sucked up. So you can see I've added in these 2 tanks for mutagen, so we're getting plenty of mutagen. I did some wiring through the back here. I'm going to show you guys what all I did. This actually took quite some time. Where's that other piece? Right there. So first, I had to dig out a spot, of course, for the mutagen tanks, and then we ran piping up above them, which I can show you real quick, for fluid ducts. Well, the piping above actually goes this direction. So we start with the power coming from the Tesseract going down here. I bet you it's being taken up by this thing down here. Is that what it is? Are you taking up all the power again? I think so. No? It's not showing any power coming out. That one's not turned on, so I don't have to worry about that taking the power. But anyways, this mutagen producer and the DNA extractor take so much power. They literally drained all the power I had in that thing upstairs. So I had to turn them off for a little while, but I was running redstone through. You can see that these things store 5 million RF. And then in the back here, I've got all the stuff hooked through here. I've actually used some covers, wood covers, so that we can put the power all the way along the bottom. I changed these to redstone energy conduit so that they could get more power through quicker. And this is kind of a little bit of a ghetto thing. One cell was not producing enough power for both of those boxes, just those 2 boxes, which was insanely ridiculous that 2 pieces of stuff could take up all the energy. So I went ahead and kind of rigged a second one here. It's coming out the other side of the Tesseract, so I'm actually getting twice the amount of energy that comes through, and then they're hooked together through another conduit there. Let me kind of show you here so it kind of makes sense. Boop. So you can see here, there's one that comes out, so that's drawing power and sending it through. So that one draws a secondary power, pulls it, and then sends it through that direction. So they're both, it's kind of like double powering the entire system. So, alright, so you guys have seen that. Let's go over here. I've ran, of course, more conduit all the way over there to those other things that I had set up. I had to go through the top here for some of the piping for the fluid ducts to get the mutagen piped over properly. So this is how it goes down into the tanks. You can see we have access to the other part that's over here for all the other piping. So we've got like this little gutter system up here that we can kind of walk through and do stuff. And then down this way, we've got where there's more mutagen here that gets piped out into some of the other places that needs the mutagen. So they're just right underneath here and underneath there. And then eventually I can take that one and pipe it to the other side so that both... because I believe the only two that actually use mutagen is the Mutatron and... Let's get up over here. The Mutatron and then this guy here, the genetic replicator. I think one of these two is mutagen. And that's just for replicating genes, basically, from the bees. So let's see if we can figure out real quick what's going on with our power, because we should be getting power. Not unless it's kind of goofed up again for some reason. So there's plenty of power in there. How are we not getting power coming out? Last time what I ended up having to do is break one of these. So let's break this guy. And then let's put them back and see if that starts giving the power out. Go over here, over to the bees. And it's nighttime, so we'll have to sleep here in a moment. You can tell the lag we're beginning to get on this server, too. It's kind of crazy. Alright, are you guys getting power? No. Why not? Am I supposed to put it like that? That's fine. Receive only. This is weird. I don't know why these aren't getting power through here. Originally I went underneath to do some conversions, which I think ultimately I got rid of most of them. Yeah, I got rid of most of them. I originally tried to do it all underneath here, and I was like, no, because we didn't have that much space to work with and everything else. I don't know why the power is not coming through. That's kind of awkward. I think I might have goofed something up on accident. Let's sleep here real quick. So anyways, I've been trying to get a lot of the bee stuff done before we get ready to redo the server like I was talking about last time. And I really want to, get into messing with this a little bit more. But I'm not sure why we're not getting power going through. Did I accidentally change the top one? Let's go look at that real quick. Did I change that on accident to a different one? I don't think I did. Power in. Okay, and it's still getting power. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So that one's working just fine. These are still pumping power in, so that's fine. So something about this guy down here. Yeah, this is not giving power out at all for some reason. Yeah, I had this power problem once before with power. The thing that I tried doing, see if I can find it in here. IO, no, that's not it. Conduit, yeah. So this stuff here, this enhanced energy conduit, I ended up having to switch it to that for some reason, and I'm not sure why it was being picky about it. But we'll switch back to that and see if that helps. Are you going to give power now? 62. Okay, it's still not receiving power. Or is it? 14498. So let's see what it switches to. 144. No, it's going down. Huh. I don't know why this isn't giving power out now. Like I said, I had this problem before where for some reason it just doesn't, like, you're supposed to be able to have a setting in here that you can actually switch around and tell it where on the casing you want it to have an exit power source, and for some reason it's just really goofy on how it wants to do it. But anyways, I'm not gonna mess with that right now. We'll fiddle around with it later. I had it working fine with the conduit, but I did end up just recently rebooting the server, so that might be part of it too. You might have to like pop something loose and then put it back again, and that'll get it working or something like that. But let's go downstairs here. I do need some power, but I think we've got a little bit stored down there for what I want to do. So down here, I just kind of wanted to show what happens and what you're supposed to be doing with the Mutations. So basically, we need some of the labware stuff, so we're going to get a little bit from here. Let's just take like 10. Alright, so now if you come over here, you can actually crossbreed 2 different types of bees, and you can see the recipes here. So remember earlier how we were getting commons from a forest and a meadows? So it shows you how you can get commons, and it shows you there's like 200 different types of stuff you can get. Well, we have purebreds, and that's why I got all the purebreds also, so that we could stack them in these barrels and run them through for DNA. Let me look back here, see if we got any energy to work with. Boop and boop. No, we do not. Okay, so we're not gonna. I can't really show you guys how this is supposed to work, unfortunately. Doop doop and a doop. But basically, what we'll be able to do now that we have the mutagen that comes through here, we can stick to. Well, actually, I have a million RF saved up. So let's go get two different kinds of bees. One queen and one princess and one regular one. So for instance, let's see, what's something we need to crossbreed. I'm just gonna go and take one of the guys that are up here, I think. So let's see, we've got we don't have any of these identified, so I'm not sure what's what here. Okay, so here's a pristine, slow worker, long life. So normally we would need to crossbreed that, and we would need a bunch of other stuff to do it. So let's grab one of these. Can those crossbreed? I have no clue. We could look it up in the recipes, but I'm just going to try it out, see if we can crossbreed a Valiant with that Valiant there with the Imperial. So let's go down. But basically this is the easy way of being able to make to where you can get the cool ones. And my eventual one that I want to find is what is it? Magma, I think? No. Ember? Is that it? No. B. Let's just type in B. So we are looking for the ones that make lava, because eventually that's going to be one of my sources. Let's see, blaze comes from the volcanic queen, so now we can just come in here. If we know that these different ones give what we want, we can just look up the actual combs and then search by combs. So let's just type in comb, and now we can see here all the different kinds. There's a blaze one here. I thought there was a magma one. Dripping, simmering comb. So this is the one that gives lava, I believe. Phosphor and refractory refractory. Wow, that's a word to say. Refractory. There we go. Is it this one? Okay, so that gives blaze powder. Now I know blaze powder, you can turn it down into different types of stuff and use it. So yeah, so that's one of the ones that we would get that from. But we want the main blaze combs, and that can come from volcanic, which is an embedded princess and a furious, which is embedded. Okay, is that one or embittered? I guess that's one that we can't make or something. Oh no, here we go. Okay, so the darkened queen, the furious queen. So there's the volcanic queen. You can see an embedded or embittered. Okay. Sinister. So that's how you get the sinister, is a modest and a cultivated. So that's actually rather easy right there. But let's see what we can get from what we have here. So if we stick that guy with that guy... Oh, can we not put that in there? Well, I know they don't have to be the same. Okay, so that's kind of awkward. So I guess you just can't put the Imperials in there? Let's try something regular here. Let's go... The cultivated. Cultivated is almost always something you can crossbreed with. So let's go Valiant with a cultivated. Okay, and you can see there it just took a little bit of mutagen. It's taking some of the RF, quite a bit of the RF. And it's going to go through here and give us what? What do we get from that? So we got an excited queen, which is one I've never had before. So now that we can take that upstairs and see what it's going to produce by putting it into our little farm up there. Now, of course, I need to probably put this by itself, mainly because I don't want it to get turned into something else automatically. But since we had 2 purebreds, what we get from this should be fairly decent. So let's just take, put down, do we have a beehive on us? Where are you guys at? I know I got you guys in here. Probably staring me right in the face. And I'm not seeing you. Over here? Yeah, there we go. Apiary. So let's take this, put it down, and then we can just boop and see what we get from it. So it should have all the flowers that it needs. I don't know if it's going to do any kind of damage. I've never even seen one of those. Let's see, uses. So it can give us... Okay, so we can have the possibility to use an excited and a valiant to get an energetic. And then the energetic can give us... What can we use it for? Oh, it gives us energetic cones, which in turn looks like they just give redstone. Okay, so that's basically free redstone right there if we use it for that. So there's a couple different ones, and like I said, it's just a trial and error kind of thing. I guess the Furious ones come from the Nether, maybe? Or the Embittered probably come from the Nether. That's probably what it is. Actually, I think I might have a couple of the Embittered over here. Infernal. Let's see what that makes us. So we can get a Hateful or a Spiteful. That's kind of weird. And I know you can actually use these for bad stuff, too. Like, they can do some major damage. Withering. Okay, so that's going to give us... probably Wither Skeleton Bone Chips, yep. Okay, and then you can use those to make skull fragments, which make Wither Skeleton skulls. So, I mean, that's how overpowered this entire system can get. It's just crazy. Actually, I'm going to put some frames in this while I'm here. Let's just use these up. I've never used them before. Give us a good chance of getting something nice out of this. Alright, let's go sleep real quick. So anyways, that's probably going to be the end of this episode. I know I didn't really get a lot done, but I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. I don't know why the energy made me look like a goofball. It was working just fine before I restarted the server, so it might have something to do with that, or I may need to like turn this off and turn it back on again. Let's try that real quick. Disable, and then come back in and enable it. Is that going to give us power? It's still storing power, but it doesn't look like it's giving power for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, because this one down here is slowly just continually losing power. It looks like 140 to 80. That's weird. I don't know why it tends to act this way. If you guys have any clue why it does this, let me know, because I could really use some help on it. I know I've got all this set up right because blue is in, orange is out, so it should be doing all that just fine, but I don't know. You guys let me know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button. It lets me know you enjoyed it. Leave all your comments, suggestions, criticism down below. And of course, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I put new videos every day of the week. And I'll see you guys next time for another episode of Feed the Beast Monster here on the Spiritcraft Feed the Beast server. Take it easy. Peace out. Okay guys, small bonus clip. I had to move it. I found out why it was not doing very much. It needs power and it needs redstone to be activated, but I also found something else about it that was rather cool. I had to move it over here because it was hurting a lot of stuff and setting things on fire. And you might be asking yourself why? Well, there's why. Because it produces lightning. Yeah, it needed a redstone torch. That's the kind of flower it takes. And yes, it lights stuff on fire randomly. This thing is so dangerous. I've sent it through my Beelizer. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys because it was really, really cool. A little bit of a sneak peek after the video here. I couldn't help myself. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. You can see it's species excited, lifespan shorter, speed slowest. So that none of that's a real big deal. Flowers redstone. Area is a 9x6x9 area, which means that's how big the lightning will get to, and the effect is lightning. That is awesome. So I just kind of wanted to show this to you guys, and of course we get the combs there. But I thought it was a really, really weird and cool side effect that it gives off lightning. Let's put this up. That it gives off lightning as its little effect. I kind of knew that some of these did bad stuff, but the lightning gets really insane. Every once in a while you'll see them all over the place and everything. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, like I said, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace out.